Hey everybody, how you all doing? Whittler Dave here. Well, I'm just out in the shop, me and my wife, just doing just some fun carving. Just fun. Don't look like much yet, but that'll be like a little wooden egg. The other day I just decided to do the dragons. See the eye made it like a little egg. Just fun. These are so simple. There's no right, no wrong. Got it?
Yep.
I glued three quarter pieces of wood together. I've got a bigger one I'm going to do. And, you just got to, make an egg. Think like an egg. Some people would buy these. You don't need to buy them. It's supposed to like it's mythological carving. So just carve an egg, How does an egg form? And it's not that hard. I'm just playing. But anywho, just playing. Got a few things I want to show you and stuff and I forgot.
Oh, you got something in the mail.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Hey, stop for a second. This is just a fun video. I love when people send me stuff and you don't have to and everything, but she's going to read the letter for you. Look at this. Ain't that beautiful? I think it's totally awesome.
Yeah, it is really cool.
All right. You're going to have to hold that thing with one hand and
lay it down and I'll read it.
All right.
Alrighty.
Can you see it?
Hello, Dave. I enjoy your YouTube videos. I know you lived in Boonville, Indiana, and you like American flags. So I come up with this carving that represented both. I like to carve and consider myself a novelist, but I can enjoy it. I'm sorry. I am going to be 73 years old this year and started carving 3 years in Pennsylvania. I worked most of my life as an underground coal miner. My wife keeps some of my carvings. The rest I give to my family and friends. I am a Christian of God and has blessed me, so I just giving. Old Hoosiers can survive. Keep on a carving. God bless you. John Lemons.
Ain't that totally cool? I know this man. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But yeah, I love this. I love it. That's going to be hung up in my shop. Think about building like a wall in here where I can have all kinds of art stuff. People send it. I've got a cross, and I'd love to have a gallery room of just people that send me things. I think I love this. We're gonna put this in the desk in the house in my office.
I apologize for my reading. I was struggling a little bit.
You don't want to hear me read. I told you folks, Lord, no. Show them the other stuff up there, hon. Yeah, I don't read too good.
Got a cutting board that he's made for us. Put my glasses down. Oops. Put my glasses down. He made us a cutting board.
What type of wood is that? You remember?
Oh.
Same wood that you used in your son's.
Maple.
No.
Hickory.
Hickory. You're always stuck on maple.
Love maple. This one's going to be a spoon rest.
Made out of hickory.
Hickory. Look at this pretty thing. Little angel. Just like me.
Another one of those angels. Show them the spoons. Explain
Hold on a
them.
second. We're getting to this pretty little heart. Okay. This one's made out of cedar. Well, so is the angel. But I like how some cedar, where you can get it where it's got the two different colors. I think they're so neat. And we got spoons. I know the dark ones are cherry, because that's the other part of my son's cutting board. And these two here, somebody asked David to carve a left-handed spoon.
Ooh.
So we have a right-handed here and then the left-handed.
You can see the difference.
Yes. One for normal people and one for backwards people. Just kidding.
See, the spoon rest has all been cut with the hatchet, the chisel, and the adze.
Ooh. 3 tools. Let's turn it over. I like like this. That's neat.
Yeah, that hickory is 3 generations old from a very old sawmill, and when they were after the 3rd generation great grandfather passed away, they was cleaning out his barn, and they found a bunch of wood, and they knew that I would want it because they park in my yard, and I don't charge nothing parking in my yard. So they brought me that. And it's I like to burn my drill press up drilling that hoe. It is so hard, and it's rough on my tools. It wasn't bad making your son's cutting board because it was thinner. I'd cut it down, but it just wasn't wasn't that bad. But I had to about burnt the drill press up drilling that large hoe, and I was using a brand new drill bit. And it just, it almost shut my drill press down. It did. The dragon eggs.
Yes, I already put my order in. Mine's going to be black, like Toothless. He's another one of my favorite Disney characters other than Stitch.
But who's going to do most of the carving?
I am.
Yes.
Hopefully. Try.
Yes. No, these are simple. These are, think like an egg.
Okay. Even though that one's flat on the bottom, but you got to have it flat on the bottom so it stands up.
Yeah, I don't want it to. I have to build a stand then, and you can put a ton of work in your carvings, and you're only going to get so much money out of them. People just don't realize what it takes. So there's no sense of making it, pointed at both ends. Basically, what I'm trying to say. And see, this way it can set. I can have Lara to sign it, and there you go. Then you can, take home a piece of Smoky Mountain art right here from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And our stuff, what my wife makes and I make, and she makes handmade jewelry and stuff. Our stuff can be handed down throughout generations. They're a piece that you can pass on because it's truly handmade.
And if you're interested in any of my jewelry or what it looks like or anything, just get a hold of Whittler Dave, or you can also go to his email.
What's the email?
daveposting@gmail.com.
Yep.
I would tell you my Gmail, but...
You'll mess them up, yeah.
Well, that and I don't look at my Gmail that much. I look at more at my Yahoo than I do my Gmail.
But it's just that way. Anybody wants anything... just go to the email, and that's the best way you can contact me. We can talk directly that way. If you come into Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and you want to see the old man, go to Google Maps and type in Whittler Dave. It brings up all the information, how to get to the house, and yada, 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 and all that. I got extra chairs. You can sit down right there at the in front of the barn. I got a bigger deck now that I just built. So
yeah, the other one you almost fell off of it a couple of times.
Yeah, I did fall off of it.
Dang, I missed it.
I did. I did fall off that thing. Rode around like an old man on the ground. I was so embarrassed. I'm glad no one was looking.
Yeah, Brian would have given you heck too.
Yeah, he would have been laughing. But see, it's not really ready. And what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll just draw, just draw an eyelid. You don't have to be an artist to do this. Just draw an eye.
That would be me. I think I can draw an eyeball.
Well, shoot, yeah. And then just, there you go. It's not ready. I'm just kind of giving you a concept. Here's your top lid.
An idea.
An idea.
Idea.
And here's your bottom lid.
Yeah, I think I'll fail on that.
No, you won't.
The other part I can do.
And see, you can just see, this is the first one. And then I just draw the egg, and the egg is just going to be, when I get ready, I just draw some little whoopty-doozy here and some little whoopty-doozies there, and I'm here, and and it's easy.
Yep, whatever. I gave him some ideas on colors because there's red ones and there's blue ones.
Yeah, I'm doing a red one on this one.
The black one's going to be mine.
A lot of people don't realize I had what, 4 major dragons that I carved. I mean, full 3-dimensional dragons. I did a dragon holding 2 dragons holding a Celtic cross. I'm a mythological carver. I mean, as you know, with the tikis and stuff, I do that style. And anything mythological, I've always enjoyed.
And I collect a few dragons. I got a few of them.
But, well, one thing about mythological, your mind is so open. You can just, however you think, how you proceed it. That's what I like about carving mythological. It's just fun. You can just be open. You can be out there. There's no right and wrong. There's nothing like that. It's just out there. See, look, it's starting to shape like an egg.
Eggies. Egger.
It is.
Flying wood.
Yeah.
Look at your, it's all over your chest. That's funny.
Gotta get you on here carving. Everybody's wanting Lara to carve on this.
Oh.
And I told her, I said, maybe when she's doing her dragon egg, we'll maybe get Brian over here, because I'll be carving. I do one-on-one carving. When I turn, I'll have one that's similar to hers, and she'll watch me how I'm swinging the knife and how I'm shaping, and I call it one-on-one. She's carving the same thing I'm carving the same thing, and then you can understand the method of my craziness.
I'm not as fast as you.
No, you don't. I tell people, if I go too fast, tell me, especially when I'm teaching. I mean, I've got years and years of carving. I mean, I wish my back was as strong as my old hands, because it's not. It's just not. I've wore my old back out. A little punky right there, a little sap right there. It's the old sugar pine, but you can just see it's coming along. It will be eyebally, here pretty soon.
Eyeball.
Not hard at all. Just get all circumference of the thing. And what you're doing is I'm turning it down. You can see how I've turned this one down, and it gives you the illusion that the egg completely goes down and around.
Mm-hmm.
Just the illusion. That's all you need. I did eggs one time. I hung them off a wire. I made a stand. Remember the Santa Claus eggs I did you?
Oh, yes. I love those.
I have never done them again. They were yours.
Sorry, guys. You're going to have to wait until Christmas time for me to pull them out so you can see what they look like.
They're old.
They're kind of put up right now.
We were dating. I did them for you.
And you got to catch up on my angels for my tree.
I've been hearing that.
My Christmas tree
It's handmade.
It's everything on there is handmade. If not by my husband, by my kids when they were little. And then I have a few that I did that were like ceramic. It was like bought and then painted, but nothing like fire kiln stuff we did ourselves.
Then I started making you Christmas stuff when we got together.
Yep.
We got a lot of my handmade. I like a tree that's handmade. I like, and if your wife doesn't carve and she don't have one too, well then make stuff and you guys can sit down as a family and just paint it. Because handmade is better than store-bought. You'll hear me complain about that all the time. That's how we made them. I can remember sewing berries together with my grandmother and popcorn and stringing it on the tree. You would eat the popcorn.
Of course. I'm a popcornaholic.
I'm a coffee-holic and my wife is a popcorn-holic.
Except I didn't have popcorn last night. I wanted to, but you bought ice cream. I'm like, oh, ice cream. Yay.
Banana split with ice cream, cut up bananas, and blueberries. Woo!
Yeah, it was really good.
I don't eat much ice cream, but when I crave something, I'm not a big snack eater, am I?
No.
I am. But when I crave something, every once in a while I'll crave something. There's one thing I really don't crave. What is that? That you like?
Chocolate.
Yeah, I'm just not a chocolate. I just don't see the thing about it. But I wasn't raised with it. You know, that's one thing. You were, and I wasn't. Just something about it. Just, okay, it's chocolate. I'm just not a chocolate person. You know, I put chocolate in the freezer and let it freeze, and I'll scrape it off a little bit in my Power Shake, and that's about it. What's the time on that thing?
If I had glasses on, I would let you know. I think I want to say 18, but I can't tell. It's blurry. I'm sorry. It's called blind in one eye and can't see out the other.
Like you get old.
I'm gonna try not to mess up. Let me grab my glasses behind me.
You'll understand. I move around all the time. They're used to me.
Get them. Ooh, I was close. It's 16.
We got a few more minutes, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
You scared me.
we're gonna do it or not.
I think that went under the table.
Don't know. Hang on, folks. Oh gosh.
We're going in intermission and back to Window Dave. Ta-da!
Okay, that is good enough now.
Well, gosh darn it, husband.
I swear. Let's try this crazy thing again.
You do know you made a table over
Yes.
here. It's got knife holders.
No. All right,
So
let's
quit
put that-
throwing your knives.
Let's put that back in there.
Seriously.
I'm having an old man's disease right now.
Stop being blonde. That's my job.
All right.
We are 1702. I actually can see that without glasses. What the heck?
We are fine.
It smells like cedar in here.
Well, I've been planing cedar, and you know that's my cologne is cedar.
I take the cedar chips and put around my fairy garden to keep the bunny rabbits out of it.
Maybe we'll have to show your fairy garden.
The first year I did it and put it out there, the bunny rabbits are like, "Oh, what's this?" And then there's like, they use the bathroom in it. It's like, why? That's not nice. I wouldn't do that to your house. My little fairies didn't do anything. Yes, they're also out there in a fairy garden is,
Like it. Let's race this.
oh, what is he? A gnome or an elf
A gnome.
that you made.
Years ago, but it's getting rough.
You need to spray the heck out of it some more so I can keep putting him out every year.
It wasn't designed for outside, but you put it outside. This wasn't rounded enough here. So it's gonna have to have some loving on it. It's not.
I'm coming over here and being nosy.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
gnome.
look at that little mouse. That's some neat colors.
Yeah. I started painting the new gnome there.
They don't know me. A frog and
Oh, I got so many projects I do.
rabbit,
It's my brain on steroids. You don't sleep.
lighthouse,
Yeah, we got to finish that.
a person thingy, a shoe, some duckers.
I do so many. But see, I do so many, demonstrations. I end up with all kinds of little doodaddies and then I'll finish a bunch of them, and then there you go.
There's this big guy back here hanging out.
Bigger gnome.
Whoops.
That's a hatchet gnome. Alrighty. There we go.
Now you're going to start cutting out the apple?
Well,
Not yet.
not yet. I'm just kind of getting it randomly drawn how I want it. Yeah. And then we just try to get a little bit more symmetrical.
Do you do the eye before you do the
Yes.
egg? Okay.
I do. I do the egg, and then I do the eye secondly.
No, I mean this part.
Oh, the part that looks like it's broke. Yeah, I do the eye first. After I do that next. I mean, there's
wow,
no.
I didn't know there was some really cool texture in that. Awesome.
Well, I
That's
texture everything.
Back of the egg.
What did I do with my knife? I just had it.
Which one?
Well, I was supposed to sit right here. Oh, wait, I stuck him in the wrong spot.
Uh-huh.
I forgot.
You're so grounded.
This is supposed to go here. That's what messed me up.
Don't you blame me. I didn't do it. I didn't touch the knives this time.
And, I don't care if the eyes are just perfect. You don't have to be just drawn exactly perfect. Just carve the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just come in here and start setting that eye. That's all you got to do.
Ooh, that sounds rough.
No, it ain't. It's cutting across the grain.
I know, but it just sounds that way.
And you just come up here and do the other part. And you can just see the eye has been set. Let's see, it's just roughed in. Right there.
Okay.
And then the next cut you will eventually do is the outer edge.
21.
Because this gets cupped in like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to be ending here in a minute. And everything. But yeah, I'm going to get you an egg made. Do you like this size? Do you want me to make it a little bit bigger one so you can hang on to it?
Probably just a touch bigger.
That's what I thought. Because I don't want you to slip and bite your leg or anything like that.
No, well, won't be the first time.
No, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I want to get you one started so you can get yours done up.
Everybody can have a whoopsie every once in a while.
We all have
An
whoopsies.
oops.
And oopsie doopsies happens. If you're going to be a wood carver, you got to get over that. You work this close with a knife, you got to get over that. You just set the eye.
Close up. Yay.
The eye has been set.
Totally cool.
And it's not straight. That's what I don't want it straight. To me, if you want something just totally symmetrical, perfect, well then you buy plastic. Something that's been punched out by a machine. When you want something that's truly, truly, truly handmade, you look for men and women and other artists like we are. And, I just don't want it perfect. There's nothing perfect in this world. Not at all. And all this here gets more carved. I mean, it's a little flat right here, so I'll have just to knock off some more of this right here. There's a flat spot, so I got to get rid of that. A flat spot, that. We're just roughing things in, and she's too large right here. I can see that right now. So it all has to come up. You got to look at the circumference of your carving. Keep turning it, keep looking at it, and you'll eventually get it the way you want. Well, I just want to tell everybody I appreciate and love everybody and thank everybody that's been subscribing to our channel. We do appreciate that. We are going to get my wife out here to do some carving. I can guarantee you on that one. I want her to do a little magnet gnome too. I got to make her one for the house, but then she wants to do the dragon and stuff. But anywho, DavePoston@gmail.com. That is great.
And we want to thank
John Lemons for the
John.
Wonderful gift. What is that
Thank you,
gift, hon?
John. It's right on the floor beside your legs.
There it is. Yeah. Want to thank you again. I love it. This is going to be hung up in the shop
Silly guy.
and everything. I'm going to make some kind of portrait wall where I can have let people send me stuff. But anywho, like, share, and subscribe. That helps us out. Please send me a comment. I deeply appreciate that.
Hit that notification button.
Yes, and then when you make stuff, send me pictures to my email. I want to see your stuff. I'm tired of looking at mine. I told you that.
And we're still going to do that contest thing.
Yes, we just haven't worked. Some things has come up, and having a grandbaby and all that stuff has kind of messed us up. We haven't forgot. We got the leaf to carve and all that. But just a lot of stuff that's happened in our life. But anywho, we appreciate you again, and Whittler Dave and Larry will just talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank you.